the VSN Arcade Podcast.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is?
Minions! Draw their fire with your face!
Not the smartest way to greet the heavily armed group that just kicked in your door.
Head to virtualsportsnetwork.com and sign up for the forums today.
Everybody, welcome back to another brand spanking edition of the Virtual Sports Network Arcade Radio Podcast, sponsored by virtualsportsnetwork.com. Sign up for the forums today. We are here once again with a very special episode just for you guys. What we talk about here is video games, video game news, anything to do with basically video games. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you my three other co-hosts. My name is JayDizzle. Producer extraordinaire himself, also on the line, is the one and only Mr. Swarley. How are you?
I am the one and only.
I hope so. So you doing okay?
I suppose.
Sounds good, sounds good. Also on the line this evening is the one-armed assassin himself, Mr. KNUBB. How are you?
I'm alright. Feeling a lot better now. Now that I'm hanging out with our next guest. Oh, I'm so happy.
And last and certainly least, the one and only, Baltimore's worst, Mr. J Twig. Welcome back. How are you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
I am great. How are you, Dizzle? I missed you so much.
Missed you, buddy.
Although I did miss them more, I'll be honest.
Hey, look. What you guys do in your own time is your business. Just saying. You guys enjoy each other's company more than I enjoy yours. It's okay. I understand. You guys get along better. It's okay. But enough of that. Let's get back on topic here. What episode is this, Mr. Swarley?
I think as host you should know.
Is it number 89?
I think so.
Okay, number 89. Did we skip one? I feel like we skipped one.
We didn't.
Okay. I'm kidding. It's number 89, folks. If you're new to the podcast, again, basically we talk about video game news, we talk about what we picked up, what we've been playing, a little bit here and there about all the recently released stuff, and if we have time, at the end we also give out final thoughts as well as an outro. So without further ado, we're going to talk about first gaming pickups and games we played recently, starting with the returning Mr. J Twig, because we're going to give you all day today to talk about things you have recently played.
Do you want me to tell you what I've been playing in the last year since I was on?
Let's keep it short and simple. So first we're going to start with gaming pickups and then move our way on to games played. We got about 2 hours, so it might take up the entire time.
Pickups? I don't know. I've been picking up a lot of stuff.
Within the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying even in the last 2 weeks. I did get a new 360 controller the other day because I got sick and tired of one of my controllers just turning off constantly. Because, yeah, we know how quality Microsoft products are. But, yeah, it was $30 for a camo controller. What else did I get? I forgot. Where's the thread?
You get no.
That Alzheimer's, man.
This is where it's official. You're getting old, bro.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. What else? I mean, that was more than 2 weeks ago. I got Fuse, which Swarley has still not played with me yet.
I don't think anybody's played that game.
Yeah, well, my buddy and I played for a little bit, but...
Okay, so 2.
So Swarley said he was going to play, and pretty much that has not happened.
What are the games you picked up recently, Twig?
Well, I did get Dark Souls, which I will probably never play.
This is why you have an issue. That's why you have a problem.
It's a hoarding problem. It's going to be on an episode of Hoarders, but it's just going to be games on a wall.
It was $12, and I don't think it's a secret that I'm a collector, so figured why not.
And that's how you justify it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
You and Jeff Gersman are the two people that I quote-unquote know to have a collection of games that you'll never touch, but you want to own. He's got a garage full. I imagine you have your garage full, closets full, attic full, and slowly but surely filling out the man cave, just with games that you never play.
Yeah, pretty much. I did also, of course, get Infamous, which pretty much everybody got that. If you have a PS4 and you have not bought that game, you should probably just trade in your PS4 because you're done.
That was the reason to get it.
Pretty much. Got anything else that you picked up?
Yeah, what else? I got, digital, I finally downloaded, the Last of Us DLC, which is amazing.
I wish I still had my PS3.
Yeah. Oh, why did you trade, that's
I didn't trade it, I sold it.
That's ridiculous.
For my PS3 and all my games, I received $400. So, yeah.
That's not too bad. How many games was it, though?
It was like 8 or 9 games.
That's it?
That was it.
You had $400? $400?
Yep.
Damn.
But it was all the good ones, though. You know what I'm saying? It's the only ones I kept was the good ones. The Maddens, they can all die in fires. Those things get tricked.
And also got that, I got MGS Ground Zeroes, which I've only been able to play for like 10 minutes. And I got that PS4 wireless gold headset.
Well, you only played the game for 10 minutes and you haven't beaten it yet?
No. Yeah, you think I would. But, no. And but that headset is pretty boobies. Especially since I only paid $85 for it. Pretty boobies. Really I love how you can download those, like, custom audio channels, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah. I haven't tried the Infamous one, but I've heard it's pretty incredible.
That's what's up. I'm not Turtle Beaches, so I can't just go off buying new headsets all willy-nilly.
Cool. Alright, let's switch gears here and talk about games you've actually played recently, Twig.
The Last of Us DLC, like I said, was amazing. Probably the best DLC I've ever played in my life.
That's a lot of life.
Yeah, not the DLC's been around all that long, but since the inception of DLC, the best DLC I've ever played. It's incredible. If you have not played it, if you played The Last of Us, and you had to have liked it, except for apparently my one buddy who said he did not like it, he was not impressed. He's an idiot, and he has terrible taste. But if you liked it, like most people did, you need to play that DLC. It's amazing. Swarley, back me up on this?
Absolutely fantastic.
So good. The dialogue, the interaction between the two, between Ellie and, what's her name, Riley, amazing. And, like I said, I played 10 minutes of MGS Ground Zeroes.
So you finished the entire thing. Awesome.
Yes, finished it twice. And just played some Dead Nation. I played some co-op with Dizzle's brother Handle last night.
And not me.
No, I don't think you were on.
That's hurtful.
And been playing a good deal of Infamous, and basically just Madden. My 2 Madden leagues that I'm in, on the one on PS3 and the one on the Xbone. That's
LOL.
Shit, I think. Which, dude, I know, Nub, you said you really like the PS4 version of Madden, right?
I actually really do.
I don't know if it plays any different than the Xbox One version, but I think the momentum is horrible.
No, it's the best.
It is horrible.
It makes you actually work. You can't just sit there and hold on to the to sprint. You can't just hold on to it.
Yeah, but when
you have to pick and choose when you want to sprint.
Well, no, I'm talking about like you complete a pass and your player will pretty much looks like he's jogging in place for like 10 minutes.
No, you're just terrible at games. You haven't even beaten
well, I mean, that's probably part of it, but
that's probably all of it.
I will play the PS3 version all day long. Love it.
I've been
the next gen version or the new gen version, not so much. Not a fan.
Are you gonna stick to that new gen?
New gen. Yeah, you don't like the new gen? I know Swarley likes the new gen.
I do.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Oh, and Fuse. Played some Fuse. So, yeah, pretty fun.
Awesome. Dub, what games have you recently picked up?
Well, the past week has been a little crazy, so... I mean, of course I bought Infamous, and Diablo 3 expansion Reaper of Souls came out today. But other than that, I haven't really bought much. Well, I mean, since the last time I've been on here, when I got Strider and, usual things, but... No, this past week it's been Infamous and Diablo. It's all I play.
Swarlos, pick up some you played recently, man.
Pickups wise, picked up Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes.
I just cannot justify spending that $40 or $30.
It's a fucking tech demo. It's the same thing.
We are going to review it.
Level from...
We're going to review it here in a few minutes, so...
Okay.
Zip your shit.
I would say practically in comparison, it's just like the fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 tanker level.
We are going to review it.
Zippity-doo-dah.
You hold your horses, Jay.
Zippity-doo-dah.
Picked up that. Picked up Infamous Second Son. I picked up a few games off the Gamefly sale last week. Darksiders 2, the Bureau XCOM Declassified, and 360 copy of Splinter Cell Blacklist. I think that's it.
I can tell you, Declassified, from what I've seen, that game is not as bad as everybody has said it's been. It's definitely not XCOM like the other XCOM is, but it's just... I don't know. If you mix the most recent XCOM with the combat system of Mass Effect, it's pretty much the same game. As far as Darksiders 2, that's a damn good pickup. I hope you enjoy that one.
Yeah, I probably won't play it for a while.
Gotcha. So, you got anything else?
I think that's all I've picked up since our last cast.
Okay. Let's see. What did I personally pick up? If I haven't said it before, Dark Souls 2. Got Infamous Second Son. Both games are awesome. For different reasons. What else? Those are as far as recent pickups. I've also played those recently. Did a little bit more Spelunky. I'm still dying horribly after doing the one run where I beat Olmec. Every other time I've died horribly.
Yeah, can I just say,
that's about it.
Watching you and Seth discuss that game, you guys may as well be speaking Chinese because I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What, Spelunky?
Yeah. I mean, I know what Spelunky is, but you're talking about, I went to the such and such, and then Olmec, and then I did this. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Alright, think about it this way. You remember how they had Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, which was originally Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan?
I'm familiar.
It's the game. Like an actual game that willfully tries to kick your ass at every turn. And if you're not paying attention, you die horribly. You're always trying to get a high score all the time. And now that they added daily challenges, basically you can compare that high score to other people around the world or your friends to make fun of them.
Do you remember when you asked me to play co-op with you in that game?
I have a horrifying habit of consistently downloading games that I've managed to, if not enjoy, to where they say they have co-op, and yet it's always local co-op. It's never online co-op at all, which I'm very glad they're actually going to have in Mercenary Kings with online co-op, because if that was just local co-op online, I probably wouldn't touch it at all.
Yep, he was like, hey, we spent, 45 minutes? I'm like, are you going to send me an invite? And you're like, I can't figure out how. I'm like, well, I've never played this game before, so I don't know how. I'm like, I'm not seeing anything on the menu that says online co-op. What are you talking about? I'm like, maybe I got to play the tutorial first. Nope, that didn't work.
Other than the
finally
cost
you Googled it, and you're like, yep, no online co-op.
Other than the cost it would take to actually run a server farm to run online co-op, I can't justify anybody not having online co-op, especially for the older or the more recent current-gen games or the co-op games that are on the newer systems that are out now. There's no excuse. Absolutely none. But yet they continue to do that, so I don't know. But enough about me. Let's talk a little bit about... right here we have Metal Gear Solid 5: The Ground Zeroes review. Now, I have not played it personally, but we have people in this room currently today that have played it. Have anybody of you beaten it?
Anybody of you?
Anybody of you? Has anyone in this room actually beaten Ground Zeroes?
I've beaten the main mission. I have not, because of Infamous Second Son, I have not played all of the side missions.
How long did it take you to beat your main mission?
It took me an hour and a half.
For $30, an hour and a half.
And I still have 5 side ops.
I don't give a damn how good this game is. I don't care that it has Metal Gear Solid, Big Boss, everything under the sun that screams this is a Metal Gear Solid game for next gen, or now it would be current gen. $30 for a tech demo ain't it for me. How can you justify, if you're going to tell somebody, hey, 2 years from now we're going to have Phantom Pain, but this is basically it for now for Metal Gear Solid 5. How can you justify this to somebody else?
It just depends on how you play the game. If you're going to run through it in 8 minutes like that one website did, then that's probably not very fun way to play Metal Gear Solid. And I mean, the way I played, I explored the island. I took my time. I got a good solid chunk of time out of just the main mission, and I still want to go back through that again, and I've still got a ton of other stuff to do. So for me, of course, I got the 20% off at Best Buy, and I used $10 reward zone certificate. But I mean, I'm going to get a good chunk of gameplay time out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you figure with the side ops or side missions, seems like everyone's saying you're looking at probably like around 5 hours. I mean, that's not too bad for $24 like I paid for it. It's not terrible.
I just can't do it. Can't do it.
I mean, I'm not exactly looking for a 60 to 80 hour RPG out of this. I understand that, and I understand that if you played the earlier Metal Gear Solid games, you're not going to take forever and a day to beat these things. But even with discounts, I can't do it. I can't. I mean, it's as great as
it goes down to
this,
like $15.
Yeah, $15 I could say, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, $15. If the costs of actually producing this quote unquote game are driven by the Fox engine and trying to get everything together, voice actors, paying them off, getting it through certification so you can play it on systems.
Dude, Jack Bauer.
I don't give a damn about Jack Bauer. Ain't enough, man. He only speaks like 2 lines in this entire thing, doesn't he?
Have you heard of a TV program called 24?
I don't care about 24. Still not enough.
Pretty amazing.
Jay's one of those people. I mean, Twig's one of those people that's excited 24 is coming back.
I am.
He put out
damn straight.
Look, I watched 24 when it was first on, but I haven't watched it since.
So you're really going to be paying
I'll be there on May 5th with my boner.
Yeah,
you're really going to be paying $24 to listen to 2 lines of dialogue from Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes, we bought the game just for those 2 lines of Kiefer Sutherland.
That's
the only reason we bought the game.
There's definitely no Troy Baker, so he can go take several seats.
Go buy 24 of the video game. You'll get more lines of dialogue straight out of his mouth.
Sarcasm, Jay. Sarcasm.
It's still terrible.
Sarcasm, Jay.
Nobody should be buying this.
That's your opinion.
Nobody should. It should be free.
I will say, no full trophy list. Very disappointing.
No platinum. Does that make you angry?
Very angry.
Blame Sony.
Retail game. No platinum.
You sound surprised.
Complete bullshit. It's bullshit.
I could care less.
Yep.
Couldn't care less.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Well, despite varying opinions on this game, what did you enjoy the most out of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes?
There are quite a few things I enjoyed about it. One thing I really loved was the openness of a Metal Gear Solid game. I mean, you could go at your objectives any way you wanted. There are multiple routes. I mean, it's just, I don't know, having that was pretty awesome. And, I want to kind of have sex with the Fox engine. And, of course, Jack Bauer.
Actually stick your dick in the Fox engine?
Yes.
Weird.
Is that good?
See, Swarley and I differ on this, because...
You don't want to stick your dick in the Fox engine?
No, well, yeah, that aside, I definitely do not want to do that.
Okay.
Because I heard the Fox engine has herpes. But anyway...
I heard the same thing, so it must be true.
I think the game looks very good, don't get me wrong, but I just think it looks too... There's some stuff that just looks too plastic. Like, it just... Like, you know how the Unreal Engine has that, like, too shiny look? With a lot of stuff? This game just... Some of the stuff, like I was telling Swarley in the very beginning, the dogs that are barking behind the fence, they look like they're made out of plastic.
Nice.
It's just... I don't know.
I think you're on drugs.
You think what?
I think you're on drugs.
Okay.
You probably stole them off a black dude.
Wow.
That is racist.
You're the one who stole them.
So, to get back on topic, you don't think it's a product of lighting and how it was positioned through a cutscene?
No.
That made it look as plastic?
No. And I know Swirly's like, it's because of the rain. I'm like, yes, I'm fully aware.
Are you fully aware?
I'm fully aware of that there is a giant rainstorm going on in the game. But that aside, still looks very plastic.
I think it's the best looking engine I've seen so far.
Really?
Better than Infamous.
Yes.
Out of everything that you played on Next Gen, including Forza?
Yes. Well, Forza's kind of hard to compare.
Because it's all baked lighting.
You don't see, there's no people.
What about Rise?
Yeah, it's better than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Better than the Crytek engine.
Infamous still looks very, very good, though.
It does.
It looks so good.
I would have to wait for a price drop to do a comparison between Ground Zeroes and Infamous Second Son. We'll talk about that later. Just, I don't know. Like, they weren't. I don't think Kojima was trying to make a super realistic game for next gen or current gen with this. But you don't think that there might be such thing as too much Uncanny Valley for this type of game to have that plastic look, Swarley?
I don't think it has a plastic look.
Alright, aside from looks, how do you feel about the story?
I mean, there's not a lot of story. I mean, you're kind of just getting into a little character prologue before the Phantom Pain, but I mean, I
do feel like I need to play Peace Walker before I play that.
Yeah.
Because everyone says, like, what do you got? Chico and Paz, like, are two of the main characters in Ground Zeroes, and they were, like, significant characters from Peace Walker, apparently. And that was, like, one of the only MGS games I've never played. So, feel like I need to play that. And that's part of the HD collection, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like I need to play that. I do like how they offer you, I don't know how many different options, but there are several control options, which I think is new for an MGS game, because, like, I remember, I want to say 4, and definitely the ones on PS2, had some pretty weird controls. For this game, there's actually control scheme called Shooter, I think, which is pretty close to
too mainstream. Not going to play it.
What?
Too mainstream. I'm not going to play it.
Too mainstream.
Too mainstream.
I don't know.
Fuck that. I want my controls janky and fucked up.
Are you sure it's too mainstream? It looks like the antagonist. What is his name? Skullface.
That dude's creepy looking.
Yeah, like this burnt up looking dude named Skullface. If that's not some MGS ass shit, I don't know what isn't or what is.
All we need is a couple of lolly-lule-los.
That shit is nuts.
I'm kind of glad that the Phantom Pain is still a ways away, because I mentioned this in the thread. I do want to go through the main Metal Gear Solid games again before that game comes out, just to get ready.
Now, we're not going to spoil the ending.
Remember,
but do you feel... This is true. You can look on YouTube and watch the whole thing in one sitting. Do you feel like in between now, Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, that there might be a possibility of DLC to fill in even more gaps or more levels for you to play in as Big Boss?
If they do that, then I'm punching Hideo Kojima right in the neck.
From the end of the game, the story, to the Phantom Pain, you can't do anything as Big Boss.
Okay. Without spoiling, you can. Okay. Because I was going to think that you could have multiple Ground Zeroes-esque type of things where you would have an area, you would go in as Big Boss or whomever and just play right through. Because, I mean, they had the DLC mission when he played as Raiden, I believe, on the Xbox One version. And he had the Deja Vu mission where you, quote-unquote, played as Solid Snake in a flashback, sort of. I was thinking that maybe they would do something where it'd be like individual missions or mission-type areas and do similar stuff like this. But if you can't, then you can't. So. I
mean, they could give us stuff that happened before the end of Ground Zeroes, but it's tough to explain without spoiling the end of this.
They're already charging you $90 for basically the complete experience. If they try to put out some DLC, there's going to be problems.
I mean, it's going to be 2 years from now, allegedly, until Phantom Pain comes around. By then, you'd be paying more than $90 in other games. So, I mean, you paid almost an extra game's worth of money towards DLC for Battlefield 4 for Premium. What's to stop you from doing it for Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain?
Not the same thing.
Still the same amount of money, if not more.
Not the same thing.
Okay.
I do think it's funny that they initially were going to charge $40 for Ground Zeroes.
That's true.
I guess they floated that price out there, and everyone was like, "You can get the fuck out of here." But for $30, I'm willing to do it.
Still can't do it.
All right. Anyways, let's move along. Second game here on the review list is, of course, Infamous Second Son. Now, we've all played it, correct?
True story.
I haven't beaten the story, but yes.
Okay. Now, all of us are pretty much fans of the series itself.
If you're not, you should hit yourself.
I would start with you, Swarley. In comparison to the PlayStation 3 games, how does this game compare?
It feels really different. I've tried to come up with an explanation for it over the past couple of days, but I can't put it into words. But it feels very different from going from Cole to Delson. I will say that this game, it's got a very X-Men-like feel to it. That's the vibe I've been getting. It's very cool to be able to get new powers and experiment with stuff like that. I mean, that's completely different than what you got with Cole. I mean, that was just electricity. Here, you got new shit. you can get new shit in the game, and it's a lot of fun. I don't know. I really, really love the game.
Okay.
See, I feel different. I think it feels very familiar.
Well, I mean,
it's familiar, but it is different. It's really smooth.
I mean,
not really fluid.
I mean, I wouldn't say the gameplay and that feels different. I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe the tone. Well, like I said, it's hard for me to really explain what I mean. I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, and I just I haven't been able to put it into words. But I mean, I'm not really talking about the gameplay. The gameplay feels familiar.
And I'm not saying familiar in a bad way, because I love the first two games. So, I mean familiar in, like, I feel like putting on an old pair of, like, my favorite sneakers. Like, I am playing Infamous again. Love it. Right back into it.
I could say it definitely feels like an Infamous game. I mean, obviously you get superpowers, you get to go around and improve these said superpowers throughout the game, get power flight, you fight off hordes and hordes of enemies to get to your final objective, you meet other superpowered individuals along the way, perform missions, do unlocks, things like that. It's definitely an Infamous game. It feels like a newer chapter throughout the saga of Infamous. It's almost feels like a reboot in the sense that there's no Cole here. There may be one or two callbacks to the original games, but this is Delson's story. There's no, maybe you'll get so-and-so back from the original games. No, this is like a almost original brand new story, and you are Delson. It's not just, you get to play as an action figure of a dude named Delson. Like, you get to see the story through his eyes, his opinion, rather you play as good or evil. Then you get to experience virtual Seattle. Like, I've never visited the city of Seattle myself, so I can imagine through this video game and the stylized version of Seattle, it'd be a very awesome place to visit. And to be able to run around like basically Superman throughout the city is awesome.
Yeah, I did visit there like a year ago, and like I said in the thread over at virtualsportsnetwork.com, sign up for the forum today.
Okay, you still got it.
Do you like it?
It hasn't missed a beat.
Is it good?
You still got it.
Yeah, like I said over there, my wife and I visited there like a little over a year ago, I guess, and it's crazy how like recognizable the stuff in that game is. Like, in particular, we went to an exhibit at the Science Center. I don't remember what they call it there. I don't think they call it the Science Center. But anyway, it looks exactly like I remember it. I mean, exactly. Like my wife, and that's why I'm kind of on pause with this game right now, because she refuses to let me play it until she can watch me play it. And
you're so whipped.
Yeah, well, if I'm going to be whipped, I'd like to be whipped when it comes to playing a video game. She won't let me play a game without her being around. So yeah, she's working through 11. So, and I work day work all the time. So I gotta wait until Saturday to play it again. But yeah, I mean, she's been watching me play the entire time. She's like, I cannot believe how good like this city looks. It's amazing. But yeah, I mean, I'm super impressed with that. Like, the Space Needle is awesome. I mean, dude, you get to climb the Space Needle. That's worth the price of admission right there. But what do you guys think about the character? Because I know when they first announced that it wasn't gonna be Cole, it was gonna be a new character. I was pretty bummed about that.
Whatever, Cole's dead.
But there were two endings.
No, there was one ending.
There were two.
There's canon. They are totally going through canon ending for good ending for this game.
That's like saying Dragon Ball GT is real, and that's just not true.
And even, like, if I remember correctly, even the ending where he died, wasn't there like a little Sly Cooper question mark that came down with a lightning bolt kind of thing?
Yeah, they definitely killed that off this. Unless the character shows up for DLC, Cole McGrath is dead.
Oh, that'd be so titties, though.
Tell me
Either
you
way,
wouldn't pop
either
it
way,
so
I was down.
chubby.
I was bummed about that because I love Cole's character, but I am super impressed with this new character. What do you guys think?
I have no problem with Delson whatsoever.
Troy Baker.
It was kind of annoying today. Randomly on Twitter today, I see Wombat talking to somebody else, and they were just dogging the character of Delson. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" I was like, "How do you not like this character?"
It's
Like,
fucking
oh,
Troy Baker,
like,
man.
oh,
How
he's
do you not like Troy Baker?
I was like, they were like, "Oh, he's a whiny hipster." I was like, well, "Yeah, he's a hipster, but what has been whiny about him to the extent to where you don't enjoy it?" I didn't really understand what they were talking about, and it just
Some people just don't like to be happy.
It annoyed me.
Yeah, I like the interactions and dialogue between him and his brother.
Yeah, those are pretty funny.
But yeah, like KNUBB said, Troy Baker. I mean, he's the new Nolan North. I mean,
I said this a couple of months ago, and someone didn't want to believe me.
Yeah, he does an amazing job.
JayDizzle over there, who's being real haterish over there about some Troy Baker action.
Look, he...
He's a sexy man.
I came around. I dig it. He did a good job. Not gonna lie. I would say, storyline-wise, I dug the fact of how quickly Delson comes around when he gets over the fact that, oh, I have superpowers now. Because when he originally got the first one, he's like, oh, shit, I'm one of them. And then he just turns around like 2 seconds later, he's just like, oh, shit, I'm one of them. And then it's fun time from the word go. It's not just, oh, I'm all gloomy and I feel shitty and I don't want to have these powers. It's a burden.
Right.
No, I have superpowers. Like, it's understandable through Cole McGrath's case because he basically exploded Empire City not once, but basically twice. Well, if you haven't played one, get on that shit. And then he went down to New Marais, and he was feeling all glum down there, too. I mean, obviously, it was the end of the world, and he had to fix it, shit like that. But this is, again,
he did
it's
just
like
have like a legit bomb dropped on his face at the end of the run.
That reminds me of something else.
Okay.
Settings-wise, I love how they keep giving us very different settings. I mean, you go from basically New York City down to New Orleans, and those are completely different. And then now you're West Coast Seattle, and I mean, it's nice not to have to be stuck in the same type of place over and over and over. I really enjoyed that.
Did you guys find it odd that after the whole E3, oh, well, this is going to be another glum setting, and everybody's all locked up and fearful and stuff like that. You go into virtual Seattle, and you have this department of
Unified Protection,
the Dupes, and they're all running around caging people up, and it still feels like a happier, even though that's not happy, like a happier, less glum version of Infamous. It could be from the point of view of Delson to where, yes, I have superpowers and I can help stop this or, run things, but it doesn't feel like super serious. It doesn't feel like this is end of the world type of shit. It's fun. Like, literally the tagline of this game is enjoy your powers. With the word enjoy. It's not just, it's a chore to play this game. It's always awesome. And I dig that about this game. So, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
How did you guys feel about the other characters in the game? Or as far as you've gotten so far?
I enjoy Fetch. At first, I was like, man, I really want to just scrap my good playthrough and kill this bitch.
Wow.
But then once you do a couple missions with her, she's an enjoyable character, and it's been fun kind of uncovering her story.
And the neon powers are
the best. Oh my god.
Tell me when you were trying to hunt her down and you kept seeing her neon artwork murder spree. Tell me that
so
one just the most
beautiful.
beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god.
so good.
By the way, Endless Sprint is like the greatest travel.
I was just gonna say
it's the greatest travel
the Endless
power of all time.
Yeah, my wife really got a kick out of that. She was like, "Wow!" Like, because I mean, in Infamous 1 and 2, as awesome as like the controls were, and like, I mean, it was relatively easy going up, like scaling buildings and stuff.
Right.
This game takes it to another level between with the smoke powers and going through the vents, and then of course with the neon powers, being able to just run up the side of buildings is just awesome. Love it.
I won't spoil it. I feel, though, in my opinion, there's one better than that. But Neon Powers is fucking awesome.
I'm already going to tell you that.
No. Third Power is better. Third Power is much better.
Yes,
it is. It totally is.
You have less control.
I have not unlocked the third power yet. So
once you power up the transport portion of the powers of the third power, that is so much better in Neon.
It's not.
Country mile.
You have so much less control. It's too quick. That's what it is. It's too quick.
That's better. It allows you to transfer. It allows you to transport across the city. You don't have to worry about like hopping and jumping and going
2 times. But we can't talk about it because that's so spoiler.
I know, but it's so good.
It's all right.
All right,
I find it personally, it's better.
Two things I want to ask you guys is one, what do you think about like the new controls like that they implemented? Like, I'm actually really impressed with the way that they used the DualShock 4 with the touchscreen stuff.
Dude,
and the spray paint stuff.
Everything
spray
about
paint
how to use
stuff
the controller is amazing.
Great.
Like from using the speaker when you drain powers from it going from the TV speakers to the controller. That shit's great.
Yeah.
Shaking the spray paint can. That's just fun. Just cause.
Yeah, I just find myself doing it a couple times during the tagging just to hear the marble rolling around.
Yeah, I did the same thing. That's good.
Going back to the fetch neon powers, and specifically with the spray paint stuff, like I kind of wish that with Delson's artistic background as a graffiti artist, that he would have implemented more stuff using the other powers that you gain throughout the game. Like, you would be able to implement neon type of stuff with your paint, and maybe stuff with the third power, and if you finish the game, maybe stuff with the fourth power. Something like that. Like, I understand that might have been cut, and might be put in as DLC, or just as an idea was scrapped. But the one small thing that I didn't like about the spray paint stuff was they let you do the initial template, and then it just goes black screen, and then it finishes to the whole entire piece. I kind of wish like they would allow you to do the entire piece, not just a little piece.
I like the way they do that because every piece is like a joke.
Yeah.
So they let you do the whole thing. You see how the joke plays out.
Yeah, but I understand it's like a storyline thing. Like, okay, then here's the punchline. Like, you set up the joke and here's the punchline. If that's the whole thing of it, fine, cool. I personally would have liked to see the entire thing. Like, to be able to do like an entire mural on the side of a building would be awesome for like one mission.
Well, maybe something like that, but
just having it implemented in the game is awesome. This is something.
And I will say, like, when you get to use your like special, I guess, for lack of a better word, like when you get to drop like that bomb, or like you get to do the one thing with the neon
karmic strike.
The what?
Yeah. They call them like karmic strikes in this.
Yeah. Holy shit, those things never get old.
Never.
I mean, just seeing him like just fly straight up in the air, like one of the first gameplay videos they showed that where he goes flying up in the air and he kind of just stares up to the sky and then comes dropping down. Oh, that is so much fun. Just trying to cause as much destruction as possible, trying to take out as many enemies as possible.
I will say I really enjoy. Again, I also haven't gotten to the third power yet, but I really enjoy the balance of the two powers that I have.
Yeah,
in certain situations, I need one. In other situations, I need the other. When I'm traveling, I always use neon. If long range, at the beginning of a fight when I'm going long range, I always do neon. But then if I get into a big heated situation,
combat.
I always go drain some smoke and just blast the shit out of people.
Yep.
Totally
agree.
How do you guys feel about how that's implemented switching between powers, where it's not instant? Yeah.
See, I was a little bummed at first when I first got the neon. I was like, "Oh man, I don't have smoke," but I like how they've done it now that I've played deeper into the game.
Yeah, I mean, considering there are sources like everywhere to drain, I do like how they did it, how it's just not on the fly. Like, because you really got to think about if you're in a combat situation. Okay, where's my nearest, outlet for smoke, or where's my nearest neon sign so I can drain that? So
that's why I like starting with neon, because I get my long range stuff out of the way, and then there's always going to be something blowing up. So when I go down and get into the close combat with the big guys, I've always got like a car or something to drain the smoke out of. And so I'm not just completely shut out of luck down there.
I definitely like how they set up the shard system in this, and the little transformers that you get that allow you to earn different aspects of your new powers, and how quickly you just get your powers. You don't have to just sit and slog through 2-3 missions between getting one aspect of your new power to another aspect. It's almost instant, and that's great. Because again, in a game like this where you want to showcase every little bit that you have in this game and show off all these different powers and how they affect the environment around you and not just the people. Like, I really didn't think about how the destructibility of the environment would actually affect the game too much until I was going against like the DUP soldiers, trying to unlock like different parts of the map. And then I saw how, even if it was just like checkpoint stations, where it's like 2 guard towers plus a little walking platform, like in the original games, like you really didn't think about how certain things might be destructible, certain things might not be destructible. And this is like, if it looks destructible, it probably is.
I love firing a rocket at the guard towers.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
And just watching it crumble, and they're like, "Oh, you were sniping at me."
And then I usually I have to fire some rockets at DUP stuff, even after I'm done fighting, because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to see that DUP shit in my city.
Yeah, that's what I did. Like, my wife is always like, "Why are you destroying that? There's no enemy there." I'm like, "It's DUP. Fuck them.
Yeah, get them out of here. That's
disgraceful.
That's worse than my graffiti."
Yeah, it's garbage. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, just being able to get access to those powers and be able to see and experiment with and be able to affect the stuff around you is very awesome.
Yeah, that destruction is Red Faction guerrilla type shit too. I mean, that reminds me so much of that game, with just how that stuff comes crumbling down and falls apart and everything. It looks exactly like that game.
And for a game like this that is being touted as a system seller, you want to get right into the action and have as much fun as you can. And this game delivers, in my opinion.
And what another thing that I'm really enjoying is...
I know what you're going to say.
Oh, well, yeah, that too, but that'll come at the end of this. I just doing side stuff like clearing districts. I mean, I'll find myself just doing that for a couple hours, and I'm like, wait, I should probably do a mission tonight. But I mean, I can just sit there for hours just doing the side stuff, collecting shards, killing the secret agents, getting the DUP out of the area. I mean, it's that much fun.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to get distracted in this game, but in a good way. And the way that they set up this, it gives me a memory of how you would play the 2 sets of islands in Vice City. It's where like you would have to work your way and eventually unlock the second one, but you could still have fun doing all the stuff around the way and do all the different side missions. But it was never non-fun. And this feels the same way in this game.
Yeah. Yes. Last night I completely cleared the mainland area of DUP control. All 0%. Now I've got one at 0 on the island, but I'm working on the rest.
Yeah, I think the quality and variety of the side missions is pretty top notch too. Like definitely the best in the series so far. Like I know the first game, I thought they were I thought they were decent, but they were nowhere near. Like I know a lot of people complain, like it was like, oh, another follow this conduit mission, great. Mm-hmm. Like it seems like the variety and just like even like the little pretty generic. Oh, there's an like Swarley mentioned, there's an undercover DUP agent. This is what he looks like. Find him. Like I think those are cool too because you got to scan and really look for the guy, and then once you figure out who he is, he's fucking gone.
You got to shoot him fast.
Yeah, you do. There was one. I shit you not. I chased. I think halfway across the map.
Yeah, they always manage to run straight towards the forest for me. Like if I don't catch them, like they always go to the top of the map. I'm like, all right, well you're fucked because there's no other way you get past that.
But yeah, now I will say now, I absolutely love the Paper Trail DLC.
Oh man, that just to have the alternate reality stuff implemented with this game, perfect.
Oh god, so good.
the way
so good. I've only done the first section, but it's just so good. Like Swarley and I were going back and forth on Boxer the other day. I'm like, what am I missing? Like I'm combing through all this evidence, and he's just like kind of give me like little hints, like you're thinking too much about it. Just concentrate on this. And it's like when you finally get it, you're like, oh my god, this is so awesome.
I mean, before you get it, it's hard to wrap your head around just how deep they go with it. I mean, you're like, once you finally get it, and you're just like, I mean, that was really cool how you get stuff in the game, bring it over to the computer, and then you actually have to be a detective and figure it out. I mean, it was great. I will say the second part to that like when you get the second set of clues, I thought that was a little cheesy with how they hid that code because it's not really a logical thing to think about with how they did the first one. I couldn't come up with that on my own. I had to look it up because like I was going through files, I was going through all that stuff, and I was like, what am I missing here? Because I thought that's what they wanted me to do with how they set the first one up. But I still think it's a really cool DLC. And I finished up the first part, so I can't wait till they drop the next one.
Yeah, I definitely dig the implementation of, like they had with Prototype 2, where they had DLC like if not every day, every week for a couple weeks now. That is about the same thing with Paper Trail. You always have something to look forward to in this game. Even if you finish out the main story, there's always something to look forward to.
Yeah, and it's free, which is awesome.
But does your average gamer have the... Do they really want to be thinking that hard?
There's always game facts.
True story.
Then go play Call of Duty.
Well, that's what your average gamer is playing.
That's right.
Playing Call of Duty and Titanfall right now.
Yeah, Titanfall. Go play Titanfall.
Yep. Okay.
I would like to talk about my one gripe with the game.
What's that?
You have one gripe with the game. Go ahead.
My one single gripe. We've been sucking its dick for like the past 10 minutes. So I have to keep it real for a second.
Go ahead.
My one real gripe with the game is that we spend very little time with the other conduits. It's like you get your power, you jack the power from them, you do like 2 missions, and then that's it. You don't see them again pretty much till the end of the game.
It definitely feels convenient, but the way that the story is set up and cut together, I kind of understand.
I understand that they're on a time limit. I do get that part. But I mean, I thought there'd be a little more.
Until Act 3, it kind of makes sense. But once Act 3 hits, I'm like, you're missing something here. This doesn't make sense. There's a plot hole here. And I'm just like, in a movie, in a book, plot holes happen all the time, and it's a video game. You're trying to get the most enjoyment out of it, but I understand your point where it's just like, you want to hang out with Fetch. You want to... Right. Once you get to know, like, her backstory, I'm like, okay, well, what else does Fetch do other than give you power, then go away? And maybe you'll have, like, maybe you'll have some talk over your walkie-talkie once or twice throughout the game, but otherwise it's just you. And I understand to where they want to keep the story centralized on Delson, because he's the new guy. You want to get the most attention on him and see what he does and his thoughts and his reactions and his dialogue with Reggie. Like, I definitely dug the whole dynamic of him and his brother, and the whole idea of Second Son is, it's not just the sons of whatever from Infamous. It's you are the brother. You are the second son. Literally the second son. That's what it means. And I thought that was so cool to have that dynamic of whether or not you play as good or as evil Delson. Like, I played as good playthrough. I haven't played as the evil playthrough, but playing as good playthrough as Delson, like, I really felt like, yeah, Delson might be a fuck up before he got his powers, but you really felt like he loved his brother throughout the entire game. It wasn't just, well, you know, Delson's there, he is to play the brother role, but it's not just, you know, he does things here or there and then he goes away. It's like, no, Delson is always in contact with his brother all the time. And you really feel the relationship they have in the game. It's always awesome.
Even though Reggie did kind of annoy me. He's racist.
He's racist against conduits.
He is.
Oh, of course. They set it up as in conduits without...
I understand, but that's your brother. Don't be a hateful person.
I felt like...
He annoyed me a bit. He did, but I got over it.
I didn't say condoms. I said conduits. I get what you're saying. I like the fact that by the end of the game, Reggie does get over it. And he realizes that it's still his brother. He's not just one of these quote-unquote freaks that happen to have special powers.
Right.
So, it's still family towards the end. It's always awesome. So, I keep on saying that word, but I mean it.
I am kind of sad that seeing everybody, you know, immediately starting on their Evo playthrough, because I will be waiting until May to do my Evo playthrough, so I'm going to have to find something else to play.
I'll be streaming it if you want to watch. I just don't want to play as Evil Delson. I don't feel, personally, that that's who the character is in the game, but I'll have to see.
Why are you waiting until May?
Because I'm doing another... I got a 24-hour live stream set up.
Wait. Before you get information on that, throw that in final thoughts. So you definitely get the most information on that, because we do have to move on towards the news portion of the agenda. Switching gears, let's talk a little bit about Project Morpheus. What exactly is this about, Swarley?
Well, at GDC, our good buddy Shuhei Yoshida, or at least we probably all wish he was our good buddy, he unveiled that Sony has been working on for quite a while a virtual reality headset. It's still in the prototype stages, and there's no set release date, but it's a big step for them to unveil it, and now we'll see what kind of content is it will be on the device.
How do you feel about again, this is Sony's headset in comparison to the Oculus, correct?
Yeah.
How do you feel about an alternative version of the Oculus headset, specifically for Sony products?
As long as it's good and there's games, as long as there's games for it, it's implemented well, and it's not like $5 million, then I'm completely fine with it.
I've been hearing and reading about rumors that this is going to be upwards towards $400 for the headset. It's just like way too much.
Way too much.
So for the price of the console,
Right, basically buying one of the console.
No, this is rumored. It's not for sure.
I would rather get an X-Bone than have to spend that much money on a headset.
I understand that it's going to be more. How do I put this? It's more for the crowd that is willing to put money towards stuff like, as failed as it was, the PlayStation Move, Wonderbook, even the Vita, to where it is an extension of the PlayStation brand, but not exactly the main thing for it. It's like an extravagance that you can play around with, like it's a brand new toy, but it's not the main attraction for the entire system set. I think it's awesome that they're doing something like this, if not to have immediate competition for the Oculus, because the Oculus is cool in itself, but I feel like if there's going to be a company to give them competition, I would rather it be a big name competition versus like Mad Catz and their shitty version, or somebody else, some other no-name company that nobody's heard about that would do it cheaper with cheaper labor. Aside from the supposed price, Nub, how do you feel about playing with a headset with the PlayStation products?
I mean, it could be good. Could easily be just very, very bad. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like it's going to be like a Virtual Boy situation?
I was just about to bring up the Virtual Boy. I owned a Virtual Boy.
Me too.
Oh, man. Sorry.
Yeah. It could be very, very bad. In that respect, I mean...
Did you enjoy all the headaches?
It actually allows me to play games for obscene amounts of hours without getting headaches anymore.
Oh.
So, I guess some positive came out of that thing. But, I mean, I personally, if it's that much, I don't intend on getting that at all.
Yeah, I can't see it being more than $500.
I would spend $30 on Metal Gear. And I love Metal Gear.
I would say that the way that they could implement this, you do stuff like a Minecraft, you do stuff like a Skyrim, how they're trying to implement different things like through Oculus. Like it would always seem like they were trying to copy the Oculus in the way that they would be portraying this through gaming. But as far as like virtual reality experiences other than gaming, I could see Sony doing stuff like maybe a tour of a set for one of their television shows or one of their movies, to where you can see like a scene, or maybe be portrayed as somebody within a studio audience while they're doing a live taping, something cool like that. I think that would be awesome as an implementation of the headset. But I mean, if it's something like, oh well, instead of having to buy a big screen through us, you can just spend $300, $400 and just wear the headset, and it's all awesome because it's right there in your face and you get this experience. So, I don't know. I just hope that it's not made out of flimsy-ass material and breaks easily, because that would suck.
That would suck.
Twig, how do you feel about a headset for Sony products?
I don't know, it just seems like this is like their big 3D push that really didn't go anywhere. So, hopefully this will be more successful, but I'm definitely not spending $400 on that thing.
Yeah, you will.
And again, it's not confirmed that it's $400. It's just rumored. So, but you don't think it'd be something that you would use?
Not for $400.
Okay. But looking past the supposed price range, you don't see it as something you would use in like your gaming life?
No, I could definitely see myself. I mean, it looks like ridiculous, and it looks huge, but it definitely looks like it would be something that would be pretty sweet. And everything I've heard about the Oculus Rift is pretty amazing. So it definitely has the potential to be pretty amazing. But we'll see where they go with this thing.
I would be taking this idea from another source, but
Jay, are you planning on getting this thing?
Let me finish.
Is there room on your stove for this thing?
There'll be room in my stove for you in a minute.
He's no Jew.
Wait,
wow. Okay.
Everyone.
in a minute, so that means you got to clear your games out.
We just offended everyone.
Sorry.
Do you store your games in the main part of the stove or the oven, or do you like put in that broiler section that no one uses? So you put them down there?
I don't know.
or is that where you put your controllers and accessories? In the broiler.
Anyways, to finish my point, asshole. The idea that I love you too, Sonic. No promo. Let me finish. It came from like a podcast of Games Radio. They were bringing up the point that they feel like it's now time for the newer implementations of technology, as far as, even if it's just gaming, to where we need to see more stuff like this and less stuff of iterations of controllers and something like different USB cables, or the way that a console looks, to where you try to get the most air and plastic out of it to make it flatter and smaller to be able to fit in your pocket but still run the greatest next-gen games. This is headsets, this is virtual reality, this is alternative reality type of stuff. Shit like the fucking holodeck from Star Trek. That's where everybody seems to want to go with these type of things, so where you're not just locked down and tethered inside of your room or your living room or wherever you're playing this thing. It's literally everywhere, because you have this headset that you can look around 360 degrees and be in a live virtual environment. That's where they want to see this stuff go. Now, if it costs you $300, $400, yes, that sucks, but to be able to take a step ahead in the future to where you wouldn't even need a console anymore. You would just be able to download programs via your computer, or just straight up from Wi-Fi or whatever your internet provider is, straight into a headset like this and just play games or watch movies or whatever. That's where they would like us to head, and I agree with them. So I hope this works. I just hope that it's not just another Wonder Book or another PlayStation Move or another Vita. It's something that would be useful to other people in the future, if not to...
Whoa. How dare you?
When was the last time you played it?
Yesterday, and I'm probably going to play it before I go to sleep tonight.
You're going to fall asleep with it in your hands.
Yeah, play some Dungeon Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Speaking of virtual reality headsets, now, I'm assuming this little bit of information just came out today, but according to the agenda here, a company of Facebook has officially bought the Oculus Rift VR headset for, or at least technology for, what, $2 billion?
They bought the company.
They bought the company. They say, this is my shit.
Who bought it?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook? What is that?
You're an ass.
He's an old man.
What is this Facebook? I'm still on the MySpaces.
What are these books of face you're discussing?
Yeah, man.
It's an odd pairing.
That's fucking money. $2 billion is just saying, we own this shit, we do not care. We saw this as being cool, so we're just gonna drop it down. Like, can you beat $2 billion? No, you can't. We own this shit.
$1 billion.
I think the biggest question here is, are they going to try to fuck with it, or are they just kind of, investing their money in this because they think it's going to take off and they'll just let the developers do their thing? I think that's kind of the big question here. And hopefully it's the latter. I hope they don't try to fuck with anything because they don't know shit about gaming.
Well, obviously they're not going to use Oculus Rift for farmland or whatever.
Farmville. Yep.
What I mean is hopefully they're not going to try to force things on this company that, this developer never envisioned doing, and they just kind of screw it up because
They just got an offer they can't refuse.
For $2 billion, they could do whatever the fuck they want.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, but then they're not gonna. If they fuck it up, they're not. It's gonna be a waste of $2 billion. What I'm saying is, what they should do is let the develop just treat this as an investment and just let Oculus VR do what they were going to do the whole time to make sure. Well, I mean, it's not for sure going to be successful, but let them do what they intended to do with it the whole time. Because, I mean, Facebook doesn't know anything about gaming, so they shouldn't be sticking their noses in there trying to quote-unquote make it better when they would probably just mess it up.
Bro. They make so much money from games.
Yeah, you could totally...
Yeah, but they're so bad.
You could totally plant your own carrots in virtual reality in Farmville.
Yeah, and then wait 24 hours to do it again.
Yep. How amazing would that be?
I hope
Filled with microtransactions.
Exactly. Pay $5 or else this shuts out, fucker. You just get a black screen. And it'll just be like how they used to be, where if you want to keep playing, you got to keep pumping quarters.
And I'm assuming I'm assuming that you can play carrots at Farmville because you never played 1 second of that game. So, just a guess.
I refuse to play anything on Facebook.
Yeah, just not happening.
I've never played a Facebook game ever.
Back to my original point. If they take a very minimalist approach to this and just say, okay, well, we own the company that does this stuff, and maybe they go to Xbox, maybe they go to whoever runs Linksys, or Linux, sorry, and just says, okay, well, Sony's doing their own thing over here, and for a nominal fee, we'll allow you to use the Oculus. Just sign in the dotted line and say, well, you don't have to develop your own headset. We have the technology right here. We'll let you use our stuff for a cut of the money that you're going to get from all this.
Yeah, it's been long rumored that Microsoft is well in development on their own anyways.
I mean, this reeks of how, like, when Amazon bought their own video gaming stuff.
Microsoft says they're working on their own as well?
Yeah.
Oh. You know damn well they're just sitting in their boardroom going, God damn it, Sony beat us to the punch again, those motherfuckers.
What's funny is that it wasn't a secret from the get-go.
Yeah. I like Swarley. I hope it's not just we just paid fucking fuck you money for this damn headset and we have no idea what to do with it, but we have it, so suck it. There's nothing you can do about it.
And yeah, like I said, I really hope they just treat it as a stock investment. Just let them do their thing, because that'll be the best way to go about it.
Talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I have no trust in Mark Zuckerberg at all. So, I mean, I'm expecting the worst.
I would have to assume
he figured out he couldn't steal the idea.
I thought Zuckerberg sold Facebook.
No, Facebook is public.
It's a publicly traded company.
I know, but I thought he was out. I thought he has nothing to do with it.
He's still there.
He made his billions and got out.
Oh, he's still getting money from it.
He made his billions and is still running shit.
Yeah.
From the tech demos that we've seen of the Oculus stuff, like with the room full of models and things like that, again, this would be another experience of alternative reality type of stuff through a headset.
The room full of what?
He did say marbles.
Yeah,
the marbles.
It sounded like Walken was going out.
You ain't got the marbles.
Throw them as models.
Yes.
Big and small, fat and tall. It's people.
You just ain't got the marbles.
You ain't got the marbles. They could take their idea of dumb graduation photos and drunk selfies to bigger panoramic views where you can see the whole party and it feels like you're part of the action. Or it could be something that's not stupid. I don't know. I just feel like Oculus was set to be like this big fucking thing that was going to bring us into the future, and now Facebook's just like, well, we're going to buy that future, and if you want a piece of it, you're going to have to give us money for it.
And what are they buying it with?
Fuck you money.
Thank you.
There you go. Hashtag fuck you money. Let's move along before I get even sadder about this. Apparently, EA has a plan for Star Wars games. What's that about, Swarley?
In a recent interview, I can't remember who it was with, but EA talked about what their plans are with the Star Wars license. They won't be doing, movie games. Like, we always get a batch of movie games every time a big action movie comes out. And 9 times out of 10, they're fucking terrible. What they're going to do is kind of like different stories in the universe. They're they're going to kind of go the route that Batman Arkham series has gone. They want to tell, stories that you can really get into that aren't just spin-offs of the movies. That's basically it. They aren't going to give us movie games, and they really like how Warner Brothers has taken Batman.
Well, is this the 1313 thing?
No.
Whatever happened to that?
So dead. That shit's dead in the fucking water.
So dead.
That is so
I mean, will it be? Is it that game? No, but are they going to go that kind of direction? Yes. That's what they seem to be talking about.
I'm not happy because EA's name's attached to the damn thing. But other than that,
hey, hush it.
Fuck you. EA sucks.
Bill?
Yeah, that's the real. They ruin everything they touch. They do.
Come on, everything.
Dead Space, Battlefield.
Love Dead Space. Dude, tell me you didn't have fun playing Dead Space.
Dead Space 3 was a bag of shit.
Spore.
What happened to Dead Space?
3 was a bag of shit.
You're crazy.
That game was awful.
That game was fun.
That game was awful.
It forgot what kind of game it wanted to be.
You guys are liars.
That was not a Dead Space game.
It wasn't a horror
Don't get me started on Mass Effect. Jeez. I like the silence.
Don't do it, Jay. Don't get him started.
Don't get me started.
I'm pretty sure JayDizzle still plays Mass Effect co-op mode on a daily basis.
I don't. I wish I did, though. Yeah, they could have done a hell of a lot better with 3. I didn't like what the hell they did with Dragon Age 2, but that's just me. We're off topic. We're talking about Star Wars, we're talking about EA's plan. Do you feel like this is like extended universe type of things to where they don't exactly have to stick with the Skywalkers, they don't have to stick with Han Solo, Chewie, and stuff like that, but they can still, like Swarley was saying, they can still afford to make stories within the universe without having to stick to, if not having to stick with canon, not having to stick to directly with the movies themselves.
Right. I mean, in a universe that's as massive as this, I mean, it's sky's the limit. You can do pretty much whatever you want. I mean, there's a story about so many different things. I mean, we all know DICE is working on Battlefront, so it'll be interesting to see what Visceral is working on, as well as, I mean, they mentioned BioWare is in the deal as well, but it'll be interesting to see if that was just to include the current Old Republic, or if they're gonna, throw something else at us. But I'm excited to see what Visceral's working on.
I think what they need to do is bring, I guess it's the Old Republic, if not the free-to-play stuff, and bring out the console. Still free-to-play.
I don't want the Old Republic.
Why are you excited about what Visceral's working on? You said Dead Space 3 was a bag of shit.
It was.
Dead Space 1 and 2 were great.
Shut your whore mouths.
They're 2 for 3. That's
aren't the original people from the Dead Space series now working on Call of Duty games?
Sledgehammer?
Titanfalls?
Titanfalls. Or is this a completely different thing?
What?
Whoever studio was working from... Go ahead.
You know what I'm excited about?
What are you excited about?
Far Cry 4.
Are we moving right along? Okay.
Yep.
Let's talk about Far Cry 4. I have no idea what the fuck this is about, but apparently it's newsworthy enough for Swarley putting on the agenda. What is Far Cry 4? Because Far Cry 3 was so damn good, they made Blood Dragon just because they fucking
Oh, Blood Dragon. You know what? That is probably my second favorite DLC.
I still don't understand how Buzzman says that Far Cry 3 was poop.
He's dumb.
That was my 2012 game of the year.
You heard me, Buzzman. You're dumb for not liking Far Cry 3.
I told him he was poop.
I didn't finish it, but I finished Blood Dragon. That was good enough for me.
What? You didn't finish Far Cry 3?
Fuck is wrong with you, Jay?
I saw the ending online, and then I played Blood Dragon, man. I beat Blood Dragon. I beat the
Blood Dragon.
Got a Blood Dragon.
So good. So good.
But yeah, Far Cry 4. It's officially been revealed.
Is it going to be on next-gen consoles and PC?
It is next-gen, new, I'll stick with the twig terms. It's new-gen exclusive and PC. Which is awesome because, I mean, we've seen a few games be kind of, held down because they've had to do side-by-side development with the older generation. So, I mean, we've seen Infamous. We know how good the games can look already. So, but yeah, it's set in the Himalayas, which is quite a bit different for the series. And we have rideable elephants.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how the hell that's going to be implemented, but
so is this going to be like a modern day type of Far Cry thing, or is it going to be like you fight against the Mongols or something? Or like old school weaponry?
I'm guessing it's going to be modern day, but I have no idea. They did mention that all the positive reactions they got from Far Cry 3, they kind of want to stick to that formula because it worked well enough. But yeah, that's a very different setting, and I'm excited to see. I'm sure we'll get a good look at it in June during E3, so I'm excited to see what they're working on.
Time to look forward to those snow physics. We've done sand, we've done fire, we've done water, now we're going to do fucking snow.
I really hope they're working with the Snowdrop engine.
Nice. Okay.
That'd be something.
Definitely. More Far Cry is great with me. And, they could do Blood Dragon 2 afterwards.
And it's slated for a January or February release in 2015.
Yeah,
So about a year
away. So this has been in development. They just announced that they're making it, though.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 2-year dev cycle.
Okay. Well, more Far Cry is better than no Far Cry, so looking forward to it. Speaking of games to look forward to, officially, Assassin's Creed Unity was announced.
Oh, it was officially announced.
What is it?
We are getting now. This is where it gets a little weird because, I mean, there's been different rumors, but Assassin's Creed Unity should be a new gen exclusive. It is what?
TM. New gen.
It is set during the French Revolution, which has been a setting that's been desired for a while by fans. And we get a new character who's shown off in some screen caps. And, I mean, there's not a whole lot to know about the game yet because they haven't really blown the covers off, but some...
we do know it's going to be terrible, right? I hope we all can agree to this. It's going to be horrid.
Wait, have you played Black Flag yet?
You know he hasn't. You know he hasn't.
No, they're all terrible.
God damn it, no.
Wait a second.
Black Flag is the best out of the series.
Oh, about time they finally made a good one. You didn't even like it.
Yeah, now all of a sudden you're like,
I didn't even play it.
I say it's you need to get on that shit like yesterday. Black Flag is fucking titties.
Send it to me.
I still gotta beat it.
It can't even be that good if you can't even. You fucking beat Infamous already.
It's so
Jay's
good
got-
that there's so much stuff in it. I still
No.
have
What happened was you probably did exactly like me and got to the end and said, "Fuck this game. This is stupid."
Jay's got the
I have
worst
so many
gamer ADD
shards
ever.
And shut your face.
I know exactly what you
So
did.
many-
I know exactly what you did because I've done it too.
And treasures and
I did it at the end of 2. I was at the end of 2. I said, "This is fucking stupid. I hate this
and
game."
House to Collect and song notes. There's so much
Fucking
shit
horrible.
again I still
It's
haven't
the
done
worst.
yet. You are
It's
lying.
so bad.
God, you get to be a pirate.
Oh God, I have one hand. I can wear a hook any day of the week.
That is valid point.
You put on an eye patch and a hat and finish the look, no?
Right? If I really wanted to be a pirate that bad, I could do it in real life.
Exactly.
Do you have a boat? Do you have a boat?
Assassin's Creed is fucking terrible. Come on, guys.
God damn.
It is so fucking bad.
I'm so
Like we can't even seriously. Like you need to calm down. I'd rather play Mass Effect than play fucking Assassin's Creed any day of the week.
Cut his mic.
You already know how I feel.
Cut his
You
mic.
cannot
This
make
is
people-
terrible.
You cannot make people walk the plank off of your kitchen table. Okay? You need a
Well,
boat.
at least it isn't my stove.
Back to the stove. Jay, you're still here?
Jay's putting his head in his pillow and screaming.
I hope an alligator
like
takes
a
your
typical
other
two-
hand like Chubbs from fucking Happy Gilmore. God damn it! I hope that.
Hey, at
That'd be
least
legit though.
Jay doesn't store his DualShock 4 controllers on top of a loaf of Wonder Bread.
Well, at least you got that going for you.
I'd ask if I'd want fries with that, but that would hurt my feelings.
Hurt your own feelings.
Yeah, 'cause I'd have to tell that joke, and it's terrible. It's been told multiple times. We're not talking about that.
Like,
We're talking about
bother.
Assassin's Creed here.
And how terrible it is, I know.
Yeah. Shut up.
You and Dizzle, you and Swarley, have you completed Black Flag?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Neither one of you have
Like
beaten
that.
it.
I've beaten
Swarley's
it.
beat it.
And Swarley, would you say it's the best game in the series?
I would.
It's easy to be the best game in the series when the series is ass.
It's not my favorite in the series, but it is
Not your
definitely
favorite
one
in
of
the
the
series.
best.
So it's still not a good game because they're all bad games.
To see 2 and Brotherhood, I absolutely adore those games.
Oh, see, I legit got to the end of 2, as in was in Rome to go kill the Pope, and said, "Yeah, this is fucking stupid. I quit."
Spoilers. You should have
Well,
played
2
by
was
now,
like 6 years ago. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't. Come on, that's old.
though. Just tell you that the ET
I'm just
game
like,
gets at the
I'd like
home
to know
against
how
over.
far into 2 I
Spoilers.
played, how much 2 I played before I said I can't even do this.
Terrible.
Well, since Snowman has a horrible opinion, we have another secondary portion to
Not
this
true.
topic.
All my opinions are justified by facts. Facts are absolutes, and you cannot argue them.
You act like fucking dude just beat you and took your lunch money and left.
The way I see the series is, I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 1. I know it was very repetitive, but I still enjoyed it. Assassin's Creed 2, awesome. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I have not finished it, but it's supposed to be pretty awesome as well. Revelations, not so awesome. 3 is supposed to be a big pile of dog shit.
3 is the Rocky 5 of the series. It doesn't exist.
Yes.
3
And-
introduces much better gameplay, but the story and the setting is just so bland that it's poo-poo.
Right. And the 15-hour tutorial.
3
And-
is so bad that they had to make a video game to justify its existence.
Wow.
Which is
Man.
a pretty fun game.
It's still a good game, but yeah, Liberation had to exist in order for people to actually like the Assassin's Creed 3
And
portion
then
of
4
the series.
got the series back on track. Because 4 is supposed to be really good.
Freedom Cry is supposed to be pretty good too.
Freedom Cry is pretty good. I reviewed that on Gamerscore Weekly.
Check it out. Okay, second part of this whole entire topic, though. What the hell is
You
Assassin's
forgot
Creed Comet?
the initial topic. We were talking about a shitty-ass game.
I don't remember that topic.
Oh,
Assassin's Creed Comet? What?
What is
This is, I mean, it's been rumored for a while that there's been completely separate developers for 2 different AC games this year. And
Oh my
there's one that's
because the
supposed to
market,
be.
the market isn't fucking thin enough.
More than one a year? Come
there's supposed to be one for the old gen.
So this is the old gen game.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a code name or even if it actually exists. But I mean,
code name for I move the fuck on to next gen, man. Fuck that shit.
Well, I mean, they can't really do that. I mean, they could, but they're
2 Assassin's Creed games in one.
But
year.
I mean, it was weird that they announced one without the other, but of course they had the image leaks for the new gen game. So I mean,
maybe it's Assassin's Creed Mobile. That'd be so terrible.
If they have another game, it's for PS3 360.
I think what they need to do is finish Watch Dogs first before they start worrying about Comet.
There you go. Do that.
I don't think it's the same studio, Jay.
I mean, I'm just Ubisoft in general. I mean, I'm cool with Unity and the whole French Revolution thing. I think that's awesome.
What about Far Cry? They can't work on that either.
Nope.
It's just Watch Dogs.
I guess they're not working on the Division either.
No, they do that. That's probably vaporware. No one's heard shit about that.
I've been fucking waiting on Watch Dogs forever, and they fucking better finish that shit like yesterday.
Well, I don't think they finished it yesterday.
They need to, goddammit.
So you want them to finish it yesterday and then not work on it for the 2 months until it comes out?
Yeah, just postpone it until it comes out. Say we're still working on it. Lie their asses off. I don't care. Anyways,
I'm not even
we're
really
off
following
topic.
what you're saying.
Speaking of achievements,
do we have to talk about achievements? Nobody cares about trophies or achievements, Twig.
Except I'll get that infamous platinum.
I care about it.
So are you willing to admit that you are not King Nerd when it comes to this part of the agenda?
Dude, this guy must, 1, only have Xbox consoles, and 2, has no job.
Duh.
Because
this dude is hiring Korean kids to play Xbox games for him to fix his fucking gamer score. That's what I'm saying. Totally racist. That's what it is.
Dude, we're getting on everybody on this
1 million gamer score. That's
a lot of fun.
I actually watched the stream where he got to 1 million.
I mean,
playing fucking CSI the game, Hannah Montana type of shit, fucking dance.
Just no.
I mean,
I was excited when, like, a couple months ago, I finally hit 100,000.
That's 10 times your game score.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's had to have played just about every single game for the Xbox.
This dude's playing Barbie Dreamhouse, fucking Dora the Explorer, the bullshit games that you get the fucking big-ass achievement scores. It's ridiculous. 1 million gamer score.
I mean, as much as I don't care about achievements, I gotta hand to him. It's impressive. I mean,
is it or is it sad?
It's sad.
If that's what he wants to do, then that's fine by me. I don't care. I mean,
I think he needs to get a job at IGN if he's gonna be pulling this shit. So he has an excuse.
He just bought himself into the next Call of Duty commercial, like they did last time, with all these like quote unquote internet celebrities riding around on horses and shooting each other with rocket launchers and shit. Like, oh look, it's Stallion 83. Remember, that's the guy that broke 1 million games. That guy.
There are more well-known people who play Dota for a living.
I don't know.
Have more.
I don't know anybody who plays Dota.
I don't. I play LoL.
More of a cube.
Any guesses on what this guy looks like? He's got to be like a super.
He probably has a JayDizzle beard.
No, he had a camera on his live stream. He's a very normal looking dude.
He looks like just a regular old skinny kid that needs to go to class and apparently hasn't gone to school in like forever and just plays this all day.
What tell me is that he does not store his games in a stove.
I don't
he probably
think so.
does. I don't know.
I don't think he does. I don't think anybody does but Jay.
I don't even do it. You guys are dumb.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me what?
Don't believe you keep on accusing me of throwing my shit in the stove. Fuck you.
But I keep saying it.
Yeah. Eventually, it must be true if you say it enough times.
But I'm saying it right now. You don't believe that I'm saying it right now? I don't think you know what you're talking about. I think you're on drugs.
But yeah, I don't know. Congratulations, Stallion83. You got 1 billion gamer score. I'd clap, but I don't want to because I feel as though you need to. There's
Jesus in your life.
You need to go outside, homie. For real.
Did he get anything? Like, usually when stuff like this comes out, like stories like this come about, whether it's on Kotaku or whatever, you usually hear about, and Microsoft sent him a brand new Xbox One and all these games, and it's like he gets shit.
He went to the launch of the Xbox One. They gave him the white developer console, and he has a lifetime of Xbox Live for free.
That's pretty cool.
That's great. They're just saying, well, you're going to die playing Xbox. Congratulations.
You're going to buy all these games anyway, so go ahead. I want to know how he bought all these games. Did he just Blockbuster?
That's the one thing that I was wondering. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm terrible at math, so does someone want to tell me how many games that breaks down to?
I don't know.
What's the top gamer score? Like 1,000?
Well, yeah, I mean, just say he was playing full games, full retail games, 1,000 games worth. What is that? Is that hold on. Is that a 10,000 or 100,000 games? Can't be. There's not even that many games.
Obviously there has to be.
Well, it says here it's like up to 1,000 games.
1,000 games? That's it? There's no way.
I'm telling you, he's hiring out Koreans, man.
1,000 times 1,000 is not a million.
I don't think it's legitimately just him using that one gamer tag. I think it's a lot of people using the same gamer tag.
I don't think
that's dumb. Then he didn't do it.
I think it's him.
So I don't think it's just him. I really don't. Because if it was just him, then like it's sad if one of the dudes that buys all the new shit that comes out all the time says you need to go outside.
Yeah, you know what? That's great that he got that developers console and free Xbox Live and everything, and I'm sure he's super excited about that. But could you imagine how excited he's going to be when he finally meets a girl?
His girlfriend was on the stream.
What?
He lives with a girlfriend.
What? He needs to marry her because there's not another one like that.
Nope, you just wipe her up today. To sell the Xbox.
Before she figures out he's a fucking pitiful dude.
You think we could go out tonight? No, honey, I gotta get the extra gamer tag. Or gamer score from COD, man. Gotta finish.
Or he's fucking hung like an elephant.
Could be.
I'm just saying.
But how does he even have time to pleasure his girlfriend?
That's like a full
Where
time
does he
out
fit it in?
Madden. It's just a one time out Madden.
I would assume it's just some like harem situation. He just unrolls like a fire hose and she just goes on it. He keeps on playing. When he's done, he's done.
Him like hand jibbers while he's playing, like Hannah Montana or what? What's going on?
Maybe multitasking. Like instead of fingering her, he toes her.
Gotta keep both hands on the controller, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he uses one hand. We don't know.
His girlfriend probably has achievement unlocked as a tramp stamp.
That's a fucking Kinect motion shit. You didn't have to use a controller.
How great would that be?
No.
They got that achievement. The achievements for fucking whatever stupid Yoga game they have by just banging.
Look, listen to NUBB clicking the shit out of that mouse.
Son, Diablo.
Yeah, of course you are.
He's out living up his Crusader. By the way, Diablo 3, what was it?
Reaper of Souls, the expansion pack.
When is that supposed to come out for PS3 too?
Yes, it will be.
But not for a while.
Right, it probably won't come out until probably like when it comes out on PS4. Because the PS4 version will just have Reaper of Souls built in.
When the hell is that coming out?
There's still not a date.
That's another game my wife and I need to get back to. We were having fun playing that.
I love Diablo, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Okay, now, Swarley, before we get into final thoughts, I rudely interrupted the fuck out of you the entire podcast, but this especially, you said you had a 23, 24-hour podcast you wanted to do? Or broadcast you wanted to do through Twitch?
Not a podcast. I'm not podcasting with you fucks for a day.
I feel like that'd probably be a lot of fun.
It probably would be.
We did it for like 6 hours just talking about Ninja Turtles. I think we can do it.
We really did.
Okay. There's plenty of things we could find to talk about over the course of an entire day.
Yep. But yeah, as far as the 23-hour, 24-hour broadcast on Twitch, what are you doing?
But yeah, over at Gamer Assault Weekly, we have signed up to participate in the 8-Bit Salute 24-hour marathon, which all the donations go towards sending gaming type of care packages to soldiers.
Sweet.
Well, that is awesome.
And that will be, if I remember correctly, it's May 17th. And
can we sign up for that stuff?
You can, yeah. I mean,
so anybody can sign up for this thing?
Yeah, anybody can sign up.
Sweet. What's the website?
Shit. If you typed in 8-Bit Salute into Google, you'd find, I think it's something Supply Drop.
Operation Supply Drop?
Operation Supply Drop.
Okay, cool.
I just do not have an entire day to give to myself.
I could put in a couple hours for that shit.
That's 2 days before my birthday.
You're turning 85, right?
87.
Here's the retirement, baby. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's when I'm saving my evil Delson playthrough for.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can knock that out in a full day.
I'm not sure what else I'm going to play. I might have, unless it's absolutely horrible game, I might have to buy Amazing Spider-Man 2 to stream.
When does Watch Dogs come out?
May 27th. Yeah, I know. And Wolfenstein comes out like a couple days after the stream too, so can't get that either.
So I'll review what day are you doing this again?
May 17th.
Okay. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm pretty sure Swarley will keep everybody involved, put up links whenever we do another broadcast, another podcast. That way everybody keep up on be able to hit you up whenever you start doing that. Because this is a damn good cause, and I'm proud that you're going to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what the hell I'm going to play. So I'm not just replaying games, because that would get boring.
I think you need to play, like, bad games. Like,
Did you ever do the Uncharted marathon?
I can't at the moment.
Why?
It's got to be all PS4, Xbox One games.
Someone doesn't have the equipment.
I don't
really
have a computer to stream.
You know, Nub, I heard from a little bird that you might have some of that equipment.
Yeah, that's gay.
Why are you asking? Why asking Nub about his equipment?
I'm just saying, if you're willing to share,
share that's still gay.
And a fucking recording equipment from your PC for video game recording shit. I'm saying that if you're willing to help out Swarley, maybe in the near future, I'm not volunteering for your shit.
No, I've got recording equipment out the ass.
Up your ass? You have that up your ass?
Man, this is getting really gay.
Out.
Really?
Nothing up.
I believe what he's talking about is my fucking, my splitter.
There you go.
Is that what you're talking about? That allows me to record my PS4 without using the share button?
Okay. I was saying if you had something like that to be able to help out Swarless with non-PS4, non-Xbox.
No, what I need is an actual
trying to claim
PC.
My PVR.
I'm not trying to claim them. I'm saying if you're willing to share that shit.
I've got a PVR too, and I've got an Elgato.
So why can't you?
Because like I say every time, I don't have a powerful enough PC to stream.
We just did that Kickstarter like yesterday to give you our
PC. It doesn't take anything.
Because I only have.
How many gigs of RAM you got, bro?
My MacBook just doesn't do it. And the programs you have to use on a Mac are just
I believe that.
terribly complicated.
I truly believe that.
And my only other laptop is like...
It's because Apple's dumb.
Is like 5, 6 years old, and it just... It sucks.
That struggle's real.
So.
Struggle.
I'll talk more about this off stream or off broadcast. That way, I hope NUBB can help out Mr. Swarley in his quest to do more than be stuck to consoles.
It's like a graphics card.
Nobody can help me out. I just need a new PC.
You do. You really, really do.
All right. Start a Kickstarter. Give Swarley money so you'll be able to do this shit.
I'm not going to give Swarley money, though. I need to get myself my own new PC.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyways, we gotta go. So
we didn't do final thoughts.
I'm just saying we're gonna get there. I was gonna say final thoughts before we go, man.
You said we're gonna go
soon, but not now. We gotta do final thoughts.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What are your final thoughts, man?
Jumping the gun.
My final thoughts are that I want to have sex with Infamous.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, how much have you been drinking?
2 bottles of water.
2 bottles.
A glass of cognac and 2 beers.
But no, I'm really enjoying the games I've played this week. MGS V and Infamous. Can't wait to fire up some Infamous after the podcast. I'd like to give a shout out to our forum graphics guy, Mr. Al. He designed a new logo for the Apex Racing League.
Thank you, Mr. Al Business.
And yeah, anybody who's got some Forza Motorsport, stop on by our little section of VSN. And a shout out to you, lovely gents.
Aw, thanks. Alright. Quickly, since this is probably your final podcast for a while, what are your final thoughts?
You cut out just me?
Yes,
what are your final thoughts, motherfucker?
Really, just that I love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
That's it.
No bromo.
Yes, bromo.
Full bromo. No.
So if it's not bromo, then it's just homo?
Yeah, I guess. No. You got any final thoughts?
Infamous' titties.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I got. I cannot spend $30 on Metal Gear. I cannot do it.
I wouldn't spend $30 on a tech demo either.
We know.
But you want to know the really sad thing is, I totally bought fucking Gran Turismo Prologue.
God, I was so pissed off.
Me too, man.
Everybody was bamboozled but me. I knew it was up when I heard there was like 10 fucking cars and 3 tracks. That was it. I was like, nope.
I did not buy that.
It was so pretty, though.
You see the word prologue underneath what is supposed to be the full version, something's up. I don't let anybody know.
It wasn't the amount of content that I was pissed off about.
Okay. That could be another part of a podcast if you'd like to talk about that.
No.
Sounds like that's
what's wrong with Metal Gear Prologue. Oh, and I just want to say that Act 5 of Diablo is fucking kicking my ass. Like,
so?
Oh my god, it's so... I was like the shit before this expansion. Like, shit was not hurting me. I was a tank demon hunter, but everything is fucking murdering me.
Yeah.
Like,
I think, didn't they specifically build Reaper Souls for, like, post-game content to where everything is supposed to be hard like that?
It is dumb hard. Oh my god.
So what you're saying was you were the shit, and now you're just shit?
I'm just absolute shit. Like, I can't do a damn thing. Like, my demon hunter was a tank, and now he just died. Just died.
He's literally being pooped on while he's being pooped out.
Yeah, like, seriously, like they say, you can revive a corpse, but you don't do it like 4 times. I'm out. I'm out of corpse revives.
So you're the Assassin's Creed of Diablo.
The Assassin's Creed of Diablo. That's pretty much it.
So you're pretty decent then.
No, absolutely.
You're like the best at Diablo.
No. Mm-mm. You can't even say it with a straight face, Kane.
Not really. Okay, you got any other final thoughts?
Oh, I will say something that probably should have been thrown in earlier.
Go ahead.
I don't understand some of the infamous scores from around the web.
Oh, yeah, Adam Sessler can bite my balls.
Hey, can someone define next-gen gameplay for me?
Infamous Second Son?
Anything that's PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii U.
No.
Next-gen gameplay.
Oh, yes.
I want to know what was going on there.
Yeah, this has got an 80 Metascore.
That's not bad.
I know it's not bad, but it's a
higher.
really good game.
I think the only knocks around it would be that it could be longer, but since it was trimmed away that it was quick and fast paced, you know, you can't just slog
What are you
down.
talking about?
Once you get to Act 3, you'll see some shit that's missing.
Yeah.
If you really pay attention, some shit's missing.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, I'm sitting at 52%, and I put in like 14 hours. That's a pretty long game, considering that it seems like most people that play this game play through both good and evil. So that's a pretty good amount of gameplay for your $60.
What did Sessler give the game?
A 6, a 3 out of 5.
What?
Yeah.
I don't understand. First of all, I don't even understand why people have a 5 rating scale.
Yeah,
That's
that
just dumb.
score is stupid.
But
Yeah,
a 60%. Why don't even?
Yeah, but he gave Titanfall a 5 out of 5.
Of course he did.
Titanfall's titties, man.
I will say this:
Titanfall.
I really dislike the back and forth Titanfall stuff. But I will say this: the people over at Gamerscore Weekly that I work with, they were like hard as a rock for the release of that game. Like more than, at least as much as the people at VSN were. And now they're just like, wow, this game was completely overhyped and it's not even that fun.
Oh, what?
I'm not saying the game is not fun. I will not say that. I mean, I played quite a bit of that beta that they had. There's just too much coming out in March for me to drop $60 on that.
I would say this: it's a good base for future renditions, if not DLC, of Titanfall. There could be more for that game for you to play, since they only give you 5 modes to play with, and it's always online, and you have to play, even though there's a shit ton of bots in there. You could easily remedy that. There could be a little bit more for Titanfall, but for what it was good. A lot better than Ghosts.
More importantly,
Every
Adam
Call of Duty
Sessler-
is kind of like Assassin's Creed.
More importantly, Adam Sessler's a clown dick.
60%, for instance. I really don't know. I don't
Yeah, I mean,
understand.
don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh my god, before the game comes out, it should be a 10 out of 10. You were the worst reviewer ever. Like, it's his opinion. Reviews are fucking people's opinions. But holy shit, is his opinion terrible.
I feel the same way about that review as I feel about the Polygon Last of Us review.
Why the fuck are you looking at Polygon in the first place?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Who doesn't
why?
know
What did they
about-
give The Last of Us?
It was something not very good.
Look, I'll be the first to tell you,
The weird thing is, though, because
Polygon's terrible.
I don't...
Well, they are paid for by Microsoft.
Like,
Like,
if
that's a
it,
fact.
I think someone said that Sessler was a big fan of the first 2 Infamous games. I just don't understand how you could be a big fan of the first 2 Infamous games and then give this game a 6.
When it improves upon the first 2 in every way
Yeah,
possible.
it improves on everything. I don't
Maybe
get it.
you wanted something like the first
I mean,
2 games and you didn't get it, so you
I
didn't
don't-
like it. He's
I
allowed
don't-
not to like the game.
I don't remember the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of that the Seattle in this game is not as lively and realized as the first city in the first game. Like, what? Are you out of your mind?
The first game, City, that's probably my least favorite of the series.
Yeah, Empire City. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought they did a really good job on it, but it's like, how can you say that this game, Seattle, is not as realized or is not as detailed or just lively as Empire City in the first game? You have lost your fucking mind. Adam Sessler, you're done.
I can get what he's saying, but we're running out of time here. Yeah, fun thoughts. Thanks again for Swarley for gathering this cadre of folks to do another podcast for the listening folks out here. Thank you, listeners out there, for downloading and listening to another rendition of the Virtual Sports Network Arcade Radio Podcast, episode 89. Looking forward to doing
we're
more
10
in the
away.
future.
We're so 10 away.
I know.
It's happening.
It's pretty good when we finally get to it. I don't know. Thanks for...
100 might come during E3 time.
Oh my God, how perfect would that be?
It may line up like that.
It may line up that way, and then the fucking drunk cast.
That would be pretty amazing if E3 and 100 lined up.
The drunk cast just happens to be the greatest accident we ever had.
You say that as an accident in quotations. I don't know.
Well...
So we get shit fixed on purpose and shit all over Nintendo.
No one knows the true origin of the drunk cast. It just kind of happened.
You have to tell the story another time. Yes. 5:30 in the morning comes around awfully early for this guy.
Just get red-assed and then just talk about Nintendo. So anyways, thank you, he who should not be named, for joining us this evening.
You motherfucker.
Thank you, KNUBB, for joining us as well. Appreciate it. I know you don't have a lot of time on your hands these days, but your presence is appreciated.
I feel the love.
So, and I don't know. Thank you, all you gamers out there, for keeping doing what you're doing, so we have this quote-unquote job.
Video games.
Go to Gamer Assault Weekly, read up on Swarley stuff, sign up to Operation Supply Drop, so you can also participate in that stuff in May, because it's for a good cause. And check us out on Twitter at where again?
At VSN Gaming.
Hey, now that he's no longer the owner, I think Atlas is the worst person on the internet.
Oh boy.
Is that good?
No.
Is that fine?
No.
Can't say that?
No.
The worst?
Well, he already did say it, so...
You said that multiple times over broadcast throughout the years.
Yeah, the worst.
Anyways, we gotta go, so everybody say goodbye.
Love you.
Smooches.
Thanks for listening. Peace out, everybody.